Fran McLaughlin is one of the inaugural winners of AgriFutures' new Women's Acceleration Grants. First of all, congratulations, Fran.
Thanks, Ricky.
And just a bit before we talk about what you got the award for, just give our listeners some context. They say you're from Narrandera. Give us a bit of location where you're from and what you do out there in that region.
Yeah, I'm based just out of Narrandera. Been back in the arena for about 8 or 9 years now. We have a number of different businesses that we run. We have a long history in agriculture. I also work across the accounting industry. I've been involved in construction, a few other things. The purpose of the project is to get our heads back into the ag space.
Absolutely. Now, this grants program under AgriFutures, it was the first one, and there's been 7 recipients around the nation. You're one of them. First of all, how did you find out about the grants program? Why did you put your application in?
I am a subscriber to the monthly AgriFutures newsletter, which I really enjoy. Lots of great ideas and new innovations come out through that circular, and the advertisement of the grant popped up through that space. I've also know a couple of people that have been involved in the Rural Women's Award over the years. A good friend of mine from Narrandera was actually runner-up last year. So, we're sort of all very much across that, and this idea's been brewing for a while, so I thought I'd take the opportunity and go for it.
Yeah, so you've seen this opportunity to apply for the grant, but you had this idea sort of brewing about what you wanted to put forward. Tell us about your project.
Yes, Feed the Bush is all about introducing vertical farming systems into rural and remote areas. There's been such an emphasis on vertical farming and alternate intensive horticulture systems, in the cities and where there's high populations and all that sort of stuff. I think COVID really brought out, our necessity to better control our access to fresh produce and fresh food, regardless of where we're located. We talk about net zero 2030, we talk about water use efficiency. People want to know where their food's coming from and, whether it's organic, what chemicals we're using, all those factors. And this project and this idea and the concept, it ticks all those boxes.
So some people in their mind, they might think, well, the outback, there's plenty of it. Why do we need vertical farming in, more remote parts of Australia? What are the efficiencies or benefits of vertical farming?
Well, certainly the system we're looking at implementing, you're talking about 95% less water usage, which, for anyone that's been involved in agriculture and lives in the bush, water's the most precious resource that we have, and trying to spread that to grow more produce is obviously, one of the main factors. We're so controlled with legislation and government and everything when it comes to water. We need to, push it as far as we can to get the freshest and the most return on our investment, but also, access to fresh produce.
So the challenges we're having at the moment logistically in places like South Australia, the highways being cut, and so there's serious issues getting food, etc. to supermarkets. I imagine part of this would also be about food security in remote areas.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's huge. I had friends not far from us, probably about 200 k's northwest of us, just trying to get active fresh produce throughout COVID, just for them, at a small town, and not a huge distance from major regional centres. Was just really challenging for them. I know there were places in northwest New South Wales where there were trucks of meat sent up to help them out because they couldn't get access to meat and things like that. We need to get back to, a bit of old school and growing local and consuming local. But we don't need to do it like we did 100 years ago. The technology's there. We need to utilise it and just change the mindset and challenge the supply chain, logistics at the moment.
Fran, this is an emerging project. Where can people find out a bit more about what you're planning to do, maybe support what you're doing?
Yeah, that'd be great. You can contact me at the moment at fran@fmrural.com.au.
So we have Fran at FM, is that Foxtrot Mike Rural?
Yeah, just my initials, Fran McLaughlin.
Okay. What do you think about people applying for this grant program in future? Do you encourage them to give it a go?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great way to network. The contacts through AgriFutures are amazing. That was the main reasoning behind my putting my idea forward. The grant gives you opportunity for personal and professional development and just puts you in the right frame of mind, involved with other innovative people. Definitely go for it if you have an idea.
Great stuff, Fran. Thanks for talking with us today, and a great project as well. Appreciate your time today on FlowFM.
Excellent. Thanks, Ricky. Cheers.